Welcome to the Brandon and Ryan Hour, the show for movies, television, and entertainment reviews and commentary. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ryan. This hour, we're going to be reviewing the 10th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise called Fast X. If you haven't seen it, or you don't want us to spoil the movie for you, make sure to click down below and watch our spoiler free review. And if you have seen it or you don't care about spoilers, stay here and join the discussion.
Indeed. Well, Ryan, 10, actually, like 11 Fast and Furious movies in.
Is it 11?
Well, because of Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
It's in the universe.
Yeah, but it's not a Fast and Furious movie. It doesn't.
It says Fast and Furious in the title.
Right, but it's not a continuation of the main storyline.
I know. I don't consider it either. Anyway, number 10. What'd you think?
So, I thought it was good-ish.
Okay.
It was kind of middle of the road. Had things I liked, things I didn't like.
Well, what did you like?
The action was good. It was fun to go back to these characters again. They brought pretty much everybody back from all of the main characters from the previous movies back. So it was good to see them. Actors still have a lot of chemistry together. And it feels like it's an actual group of friends or family in the movie. So,
Quote unquote.
yep.
Just with quotes.
Yeah, because they're not family. They're just a bunch of criminals who enjoy each other's company.
Are they
But
criminals now?
yeah, they're still
I don't think they're
criminals.
criminals now.
Yes, they are.
They work for a quasi-government organization.
Yeah, they're still criminals.
I don't know.
Okay.
They have bank accounts. They
Yeah,
live.
so do criminals.
Okay, but criminals well, yeah, they do. I was gonna say
Okay.
criminals don't work for the government, but they do.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. Okay, yeah.
So good chemistry between the actors. A lot of explosions, a lot of fast cars. Yeah, it's just a summer blockbuster movie, so those are the high points.
The high points. Yeah, I agree. It was I thought it was good. Not good-ish.
Okay.
I thought it was good. The I guess the plot wasn't, I don't know, ridiculous like the last couple have been.
Okay.
Because this plot goes back to the fifth movie?
I think it's the fifth movie, yeah.
Yeah. All the cast comes back, which is nice. How they kind of wove the story together, because they split all the characters up. So you had 3 or 4 different.
You had 4 different
storylines going on.
Yeah, you had 4 different groups of people you were following.
You had Letty, Dom, his brother, and then everybody else.
Brother and the kid, and then the rest of the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they split it up into 4 different main storylines that you were following.
Yeah.
Well, 5 if you include the bad guy. But the bad guy interacted with Dom for the most part.
Dom, mostly. What's the bad guy's name? Dante.
Dante, yep. Played by Jason Momoa.
Yeah. I don't know where to start. Too many places to start.
Yeah, the movie kicks off going back to the Fast 5 movie.
Yeah, so it started there.
Yeah, so kind of explains who Jason Momoa's character is,
Right.
why he has a grudge against them.
Yeah. He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
Characters all over the place in it. I don't know. We'll get there. I guess the sequence with from the Fast Five movie seemed a little off from what actually happened in the Fast Five movie. So I don't know if they reshot some stuff or used deleted or not deleted but unused footage
Yeah,
of
I mean, that's a possibility.
What's his face?
The character was Brian.
Yeah.
Can't think of the actor's name right now.
It just totally jumped out of my mind. Dang it. Paul Walker.
Yep, that was his name.
So, but I mean, it was a good intro. The I guess one of the things that I liked about the movie is that it was fast paced.
Was it? The very beginning was real slow to get started. Because
Like the
after
first 15, 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, it dragged. It felt like a whole lot longer than 15 minutes when they all showed up at the house for the barbecue.
Yeah,
and his grandmother was talking. Like that entire sequence just drug on and on.
yeah, but it wasn't that long. It wasn't actually that long.
It felt like it was incredibly long.
And then, I mean, I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just the way it was. I don't know, like, was the grandma in any of the other movies? I don't remember the grandma.
So I haven't seen the last couple. So she wasn't. I think the last one I saw
That's
was
fair.
like 7. So she wasn't in any up until 7 that I remember.
Mm-hmm. I cannot. I'm pretty sure I saw 8, but I cannot remember if I saw 9. But it's hard to like. Oh wait, I did see the one where they went to space. I think that was 9.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't see 8 either.
It was dumb.
Okay.
Anyway, at least they didn't time travel. That was going around the internets that he's going to time travel.
All right.
But that's, I don't know, maybe in the third one.
Who knows? I guess
So
we'll
yeah,
see.
they're turning Fast X into a trilogy, which I don't think anybody really knew about until like a few weeks ago, when Vin Diesel was talking about it on the red carpet somewhere.
Okay.
So I really hope that they do Fast Double X and Fast Triple X. And then you know what that means for the third one.
Uh-huh.
What does it mean?
You're hoping that they bring Samuel L. Jackson in to have
And
a crossover, a joke about Triple X and Ice Cube.
And Ice Cube. They have to bring the people from Triple X. Like he was, I don't know. Not as their characters from Triple X, because that would be
that would be weird.
A little absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dom doesn't
be
have
a nice nod to that
it would
franchise.
Just be it would just be hilarious inside joke. Anyway, so moving on from that. I don't know when the other two were supposed to be released. But for the first part of a trilogy, I think it. I don't know. I think it did pretty well.
Okay.
Um, definitely interested in watching at least the next one
All right.
because it didn't, it didn't suck. Anyway,
So, what parts of the
what
movie do you think stood out?
stood out? Um, the the storyline with his brother.
Okay.
What is that guy's name?
John Cena?
Yeah, John Cena. Why couldn't I remember John Cena's name?
I have no idea.
Oh, maybe because I couldn't see him.
Okay, fair point.
Anyway, um, dang it! Somebody needs to do that when the movie gets released. Like, put out a version where he's invisible, or like that would be hilarious.
All right.
Um, I like that sequence. I don't know why. It worked with John Cena and that kid. Like,
Yeah. There
I
was
don't know who the
good
kid
chemistry
was.
between them.
Right.
Yeah.
They worked well together. What was he, like 10?
I think it was 8.
8?
I think so.
He's big for an 8-year-old.
Okay.
Anyway, regardless however old he was. No, he would have had to have been 10.
Okay.
At
I'm
least
pretty
10.
sure they said he was 8 in the movie, but whatever.
Because that was from when he was living in Brazil.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway. What stood out to you?
Huh. Yeah, I mean the stuff with John Cena and the kid was good. I really liked the actor that they brought in for the agency that took over the agency. I really
Alan
like that
Richson?
actor.
Rich
Huh?
Alan Richson?
Yep.
I don't know
I
why
really
that's hard
like
to
that
say.
actor, so I felt like he brought a lot to the movie. I was a little upset with what they did with his character at the end of the movie, but all right.
Yeah. The whole time I'm watching him, I'm thinking Reacher.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is Reacher being such a douche? And then he turned out to be a big douche. And I was like,
Yeah, like I liked him at the beginning, even when he was being kind of a jerk,
yeah.
because at least his motivations made sense. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
He was,
there's these people who are wild cards.
yeah.
Bad
And
stuff follows them, and we're letting them get away with it.
yeah.
I
And he
understood
was
his
kind of like
motivations.
playing that how Hobbs was playing when he first showed up.
Yeah. So I liked him
So,
then,
yeah.
and he had a consistent character until his arrest of Dom and the subsequent fight. And it's like, okay, no, I get why everybody likes you. I'm going to help you out now for a little bit. And then they completely undermined it.
Oh, yeah. Because they had the shootout on the bridge. And
Yep.
Dom saved his life, basically. And all of his people got killed. So kind of the same thing that happened with Hobbs,
Yeah.
where he's like, so you they kind of did a good job of suckering the audience,
Mm-hmm.
because you kind of don't like him, but you kind of do, and then you do like him because he teams up with Dom, and then he
Yeah, I
like
mean,
just
it's
straight
kind
up
of the
stabs him in the back.
progression from every other movie.
Mhm.
There's a law enforcement guy. They don't like
Yeah,
each other. Realize he is a good, charismatic guy who cares about stuff, just happens to be a criminal,
yeah,
but still has a heart of gold.
right. For family, because
Yeah, family.
family. Uh yeah, and then he just straight up stabs him in the back at the end.
Yep.
It was played well. Then it's revealed that he was on Dante's dad's payroll
Mm-hmm.
back in the fifth movie.
Yep.
Like that's a that's a long time to hate somebody.
Yeah.
That's a long term plan.
Yep.
Here's the plan: go get a job.
Well, he could have already had the job at the agency.
Right, but become the head of this, you know, quasi government organization that's super top secret. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tall order.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One of the things that bothered me though about the movie, there's two things. First off, um, Jason Momoa irritated me a little bit sometimes.
His character irritated me a lot through most of the movie. Like, I get they were going for kind of a crazy, almost Joker type character, but it seemed over the top and a little too cartoonish for me at some points.
Yeah, like they did this weird thing with this juxtaposition with extreme violence and extreme gayness, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
When he was extremely violent and kind of the Joker thing, right?
Yeah.
Like when he was um, uh, the ball thing in Italy, when he's talking to the two IT guys, he was like, "Don't go anywhere. Still got your family kidnapped."
Yeah.
Like that's hilarious and kind of crazy and despicable, and he's like super happy about it, and he's excited that his big giant bomb is going to blow up and kill a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So the but then he does the whole like the ballet thing didn't really bother me
Okay.
because like okay, it's just a quirky thing. But when his fingernail polish matched his shirt,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's too much. That is too
Okay.
much. This is stupid. And then he's painting the dead guy's fingernails and toenails and stuff.
Yeah.
And they got the tape holding their eyes open and stuff. I was like, this scene could have been done better where I was more like put off, but now I'm just annoyed.
Yeah. Or they could have just cut out that scene. Like, I don't feel like that scene added anything to the
That scene
movie.
didn't add anything. It was just stupid. And
Mm-hmm.
but they could have done that in a better way where it made him seem more despicable and violent.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that it showed was that he killed the two henchmen that were with him. Like, that was it.
Right. And that he was a little gay.
Okay.
That's all it showed. But anyway, that annoyed me. One of the other things that annoyed me is the family thing. Because from the very beginning of the movie, from the barbecue, they're talking about family and um, leaving something for the next generation and becoming better so that the next generation can be better and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that Dom is like, wants to protect his kid and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. You have at least 8 adults at the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
1 kid. That does not make a legacy.
Yeah.
That's the end of a legacy.
Yep.
There's no family. There's only 1 married couple.
Uh-huh.
2 if you want to count um
His sister.
yeah, dang it, what's her name?
Uh-huh.
Mia and
Yeah.
Paul? Not Paul.
Yeah.
Brian. Mia and Brian.
Brian.
And
But
you have Dom and
Brian
Letty.
obviously wasn't there. So
Right. And between the 4 people, you have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
The other 5 people at the table. Tej, Roman, Ramsey, Han. I guess the grandma doesn't really count.
No, not really.
They don't have kids.
Yep.
They have 8 adults, 3 kids. That's not a legacy. But they talked about it like it was, and it was annoying.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell, like, I missed something at the beginning when Letty and Dom were talking in bed. Was she pregnant?
They kind of hinted that she may have been, but they didn't say anything outside of that one little thing.
Okay.
So
Because I was confused at what that meant.
Yeah.
But I feel like if she would have been pregnant, he would have been more protective over her.
Yeah, he wouldn't have let her go to Rome when he went to go save the team or the family. So
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Especially on a motorcycle in a high-speed chase with people trying to kill his team already. Like that doesn't seem like something his character would do if he was trying to protect her. Because she was carrying a baby.
Right. Doesn't mean she's not, because I don't know if I didn't catch what he said to her.
Yeah, he said, like, is it ready or something like that as he kissed her stomach.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It seemed like they were hinting at it, but
yeah,
that was it.
But still, we're talking, if she is, that's 4 kids, 8 adults. That's depopulation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even. So yeah, so that was bugging me from the beginning.
Okay.
And I don't know. Just annoying people. The last thing that kind of bothered me is the women fight scenes, but that always bothers me in movies. It's not
where they're fighting off giant dudes that are
not even giant dudes. Like when they're fighting each other.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know. Yeah, now it's like the woman goes in, beats up giant dudes, right? Or like she beat what's her name? Tess, Brie Larson.
Okay.
When she goes in that bar, like beats up those 2 guys and shoots a shotgun.
Yeah.
What happened to the days when women could be feminine and get what they wanted?
That's a good
now
question.
They have to go into a bar and act like a man to get what they wanted.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just annoying.
Was her character in any of the other movies?
I don't know.
Okay. I cannot stand her as an actress.
Yeah, she's not.
Like, I don't understand how she keeps getting roles in movies.
Ah. I guess as like a side character that doesn't show up very often, she's not so bad. Yeah, I don't see her in any of these other Fast and Furious movies.
Okay.
She's supposed to be the daughter of
Of Mr.
Mr.
Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah. Who, and I think he showed up in 8.
Okay.
I want to say he showed up in 8.
But yeah,
The Fate of the Furious.
I cannot stand her. Because every single role she plays, she has to be the manly woman. Like, every single movie I've seen her in, she has to be super masculine. And I don't get it.
I can't even recall what I've seen her in.
Okay.
No, he was in Furious 7.
All right.
So he was in 7, 8, and 9. And then I guess he went missing at some point.
Yeah, they said he
Yeah.
was missing in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's just how the movie industry's going. So that's not restricted to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is, and I don't like it. Let's see.
Yeah, another thing I didn't like, or some of the CG was just horribly done.
Mm.
And that drives me nuts. Like, if a movie has good CG, it works, or if it's intentionally bad CG in like a kids movie,
Yeah,
like it's intentionally bad, and okay, they're just doing it to have it in there.
that's just the art
Yeah,
scheme
then
or
it's
whatever.
fine.
Yeah,
But when it's in a serious movie and it's supposed to look good, and it looks like a third grader did it on a computer,
yeah, like where you're
it
not
really
supposed to
aggravates
notice
me.
that it's CGI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really
like
irritates me.
what specifically? Because I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So there were a couple scenes right towards the beginning of the movie. So when they pulled the vault out,
Mm-hmm.
and Dante goes and he's standing in that shot where the vault was,
Mm-hmm.
and the camera pans out, like that's all CG as the camera starts backing away from him, and it's just that's horribly done. There was also
okay. Yeah.
there was also another one where there was some kind of explosion, and you could completely tell that it was just fake.
The big explosion?
Which big explosion are you
The
talking
Italian explosion in the water?
No, not that one. It was a smaller scale explosion towards the very beginning of the movie. But it was just a few little things like that. A few, like 2-3 second CG clips that were just horrible.
Okay. I don't know. I was not really looking at that, I guess.
Okay.
Especially at the very beginning, because I was a little tired while I was watching the movie. Speaking of the beginning of the movie, and what caught my attention, it was the car that oh gosh. I don't know why I can't talk today.
Neither do I.
Charlize
Okay, yeah.
Theron was driving
Uh-huh.
the DeLorean. I was like, wait, what? Is that a DeLorean? Did they make into the DeLorean again? That kind of looks cool.
Okay.
As long as it's not an electric car, but pretty sure it's an electric car.
Man,
Whatever.
everything's moving that way.
Okay. Anyway, another thing I liked about the movie were consequences.
Okay.
This movie had a lot of consequences for our heroes, which um, at the end of the movie, you know, it's a giant cliffhanger. 4 characters could be dead. 2 are stranded on Antarctica, and um, Dom and his kid are stranded. Like it's
Yeah, with a giant explosion going off around him.
yeah. So it's a big cliffhanger, and so there's a lot of consequences. The Dom's brother dies, saving
Mm-hmm.
the kid, which I figured they were going to have to kill some characters, but I liked the way they killed him
Okay.
as a sacrifice to save the son.
Yeah.
Um,
Although his car was awesome.
his car was cool. His rocket car.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a rocket car.
No, it wasn't a rocket car.
It was a tank car.
Tank car. Yeah, it's like a Mad Max car.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah. So I guess the movie had weight for the characters where it usually doesn't, because they're all going to survive at the end.
Yeah.
Except for like like Han and oh gosh, Gal Gadot's character.
Yeah.
Like for a couple of movies, you're expecting them to die, or Han's going to die,
Yeah.
and Gal's going to die because he leaves to go. But anyway, that's going to happen. But in this, you don't know who's going to die. But people have to die.
Mm-hmm.
The last movie, they're gonna, I just wondering who else is gonna get killed. I wonder if they're gonna kill off anybody from the main group.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out when the new movies come out.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they would kill off. I mean, they could kill off like Charlize Theron, Brie Larson. They could kill her off for sure. I'm pretty sure that the Alan Richardson's gonna die, and so is Jason Momoa. But there's a lot of speculation that they might kill Dom. I don't know. That seems.
I mean, if they did, then that would be kind of the end of the franchise, which, I mean, if they're ending it after the series, it would make sense.
Right. I could see them doing it, but I just don't think they would.
Okay.
Mostly because I'm pretty sure he's I don't know. It's his movie.
Yeah.
It's his like whole franchise. Would you die in your own franchise?
I mean, if you're trying to end the franchise, then quite possibly.
Yeah, but the whole thing, riding off into the sunset and being a family.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they'll kill him, but who knows how long we'll have to wait to figure that out. They'll probably do a movie, I'm guessing next year, and then 2025 they'll do.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you dislike most about the movie?
I really didn't like Jason Momoa's character, like the over the top eccentricities that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like Brie Larson at all. So every time she was on screen, I was disinterested. But as far
Were
as
you a
the
little bit
story,
happy when she got shot?
a little bit.
I was
Although
too.
she's
I was like, oh, she
even
got
though she's
shot.
a horrible actor, like she gets shot and then she just lays on the ground and she's like, "It hurts," and I'm like, "You suck at acting."
She got shot with a 50 in the
Yeah.
arm.
And
Still has a body.
then whenever Vin Diesel goes to pick her up to carry her to the car, she helps him. Like you can see her put weight on her leg and push herself up as he's picking her up,
Yeah.
and that irritated me.
Yeah.
Um, and then I really wasn't that interested in Michelle Rodriguez's character Letty being in jail like that. I don't feel like that. I feel like they could have completely cut out that storyline
They
and say
did a lot to get her
15
out of
minutes.
jail.
Yeah,
That was more than
like
15 minutes.
whatever. They could have cut all of that out and just had her be in jail for the rest of the movie and not shown us what happened. And I don't feel like it would have changed the movie at all. Like
Yeah, I
the
don't.
overall
Right.
part of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know why she had to be in jail with um, Tess
Mm-hmm.
and, well, no, Cypher.
Yeah.
And why they had to break out together on Antarctica. And how they expected to escape.
Well, obviously Cypher had a plan because she told her, "I've got a plan to get us out of here." So, but it's a
How did she
two-person
call
job.
for a submarine, though?
I don't know, Brandon.
And why is Gal Gadot not dead?
I don't know, Brandon.
They can't. I mean, they can, but they just keep bringing all the dead people back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Letty didn't. Letty died and then undied. Han died and then undied. And then now, um, Gal Gadot has died and undied. I forget her character's name.
Yeah, I have no idea what her character name is.
Mm. Giselle.
Okay.
Yeah. So the end, Gal Gadot shows up in a giant submarine. I'm guessing that's the one they
Antarctica.
stole in the other movie.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Because what's his name?
You talked about it earlier.
He talked about them having a nuclear sub.
Yeah.
So
Well, he said they stole one.
yeah.
I'm guessing. So I'm guessing they're going to be. Well, they. I'm guessing she and The Rock are going to be more prominent in the second one
Yeah, I would think so.
because now he's after Hobbs. He being Jason Momoa is after Hobbs,
Yep.
going to kill him because he's the one who actually. I forgot that whole sequence, but he just straight up shoots him in the head.
Shoots him in the head. Yep. Shoots his
I,
dad in the head.
yeah, I was like, did that actually happen in 5, or is that like a
Yeah.
little bit of?
No,
But
I
yeah, he just
remember
walks by and shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
I mean, he was an international drug lord,
Mm-hmm.
so who killed his whole team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of funny though. um, yeah. So, I mean, that's the main gist of it. What else? Anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I mean overall, like my ending thoughts. I think it was a serviceable movie. It was good-ish. If you're a fan of action, if you're a fan of cars, if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, it's definitely worth a watch.
I think it definitely plays more on the first 4 movies. Well, I guess
5 movies. But
5 movies, um, which were way better than 6, 7, and 8, 9.
okay.
Oh, that's another thing that bothered me. When did Dominic Toretto in his car become a superhero?
I don't know.
Because the things, like in the first movie, he could drive and race people, right?
Yeah.
And then the third movie, you find out he can drift because he taught people. Like, okay, he could drive a car really well. But then a few movies ago, he started being able to do things with cars that doesn't
aren't
make any
possible.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like jump building to building in what's that city?
Dubai.
Dubai. Yep.
Yeah.
And
But
then
that
this
wasn't
movie,
even the thing that was.
like that was dumb. Like you
It
cannot
was dumb, but
jump
it
drive
looked
through.
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
But the things that they did in this movie and in the last couple movies are more dumb because
Yeah,
he's
like
like
pulling 2
driving down the
helicopters
street.
before you, behind you.
Well, not even before we get that.
Yeah.
Like when he's driving down the street and he sees the giant ball bomb is going to run over the gas tanks. So he jumps up on the curb, knocks down the gazebo just in time for it to divert the explosion away from them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the crap is that? And then when they're all 4 racing in Brazil, and he like flips her car to knock the bomb off of the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I agree with you.
And yeah, the helicopter thing.
2 helicopters. There's no way the car is getting away from them.
First off, yeah, the 2 helicopters have more pull than his car does, and his car weighs a lot, but not.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a 3,000 pound car versus 2 helicopters.
Right. Second thing, every time he floors it in his car, the front wheels come off the ground, indicating what?
Rear wheel drive.
Right.
And a whole bunch of torque.
But when these helicopters are pulling him up, the back wheels are off the ground.
Yeah, and the front wheels are touching and he floors it.
Yeah. So when did it become
an all-wheel drive
switch
vehicle?
Suspension. It was like switch. It was like, oh, no, we're rear wheel, now we're front wheel.
Yeah.
Make any sense? But yeah, it's like they literally turned him into a superhero.
Yeah.
When he's in his car.
Even sometimes when he was without or outside of it, because I want to say it was in 6. Like he jumped from one bridge onto the car or onto the hood of another car, catching someone, and then just got up and walked off.
I think okay, yeah, but that was still like
unrealistic.
It was unrealistic, but the physics
didn't make sense. Yep, no, it did not.
No, the physics made sense. Them surviving didn't. Like they both would have died.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but I'm talking about just like this thing falling and then him catching it and then them landing on a car. Like that physically makes sense.
But not the surviving part.
The surviving part, no. Died. But that's just movies like where your main characters are
invincible.
Or semi-invincible. But the things that he's doing in cars is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sometimes it bothers me. Like, I really hope that the last movie is them street racing again. Because that was cool about the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
Was the building of the cars, the street races. Now there are no more races.
There wasn't this one.
Not even, because it didn't finish.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
one person died.
Dante finished.
Right. but it wasn't a real race because
Yeah.
there were no bombs or explosion. Well, there were no bombs in the first 3 movies.
Okay.
There were guns because there were bad
Yeah.
guys, but nobody had a weird futuristic bomb strapped to the bottom of their car by some psycho.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a good movie, but it plays heavily on the first 3, and I think for a while now they've been riding the nostalgia of the first 3.
Okay.
Yeah, like you were saying, you didn't watch 8 or 9. I think I watched 9. I watched one of the 2. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, it's like, okay, I guess I should watch it because I've seen the others. But yeah, it's like, okay, I don't know. But I guess now I have to watch 11 and 12 to know what happens.
Yep.
I'm semi-invested. It's not got a great score, though.
Okay.
It's got a 6.4 on IMDb. Not sure. Yeah, it's only got a... okay, so it's got a 54% from critics and an 86 audience.
Okay.
So the 86 makes more sense. I'm not at 86.
Yeah, neither am I.
I don't remember what I said I was at.
Yeah,
Whatever.
so in our spoiler-free review, which you guys should check out, you gave it a 7.3.
That's right.
And I gave it a 6.6.
Yeah, I think those fit. All right, well, I'm about out of stuff on this unless you really want to get meta.
Nope. I think that pretty much wraps up this in-depth movie discussion.
Yep. So, yeah, check us out on Rumble or YouTube. Subscribe for new videos every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, 6:30 Central Time, usually. Mondays are our movie reviews. Thursdays are a series review. And hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, do all the cool things. Don't be lame.
Yep, don't be lame.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh, we need ideas. Give us ideas on what we should watch and review next. And with that, see you guys later.